So a New York Times article says that dressing for the metaverse is going to be both liberating and potentially very, very messy. Liberating because there will be less limitations on how you can express yourself through fashion in the metaverse, and messy because juggling multiple selves and styles could start to feel less liberating. The article says what seems like dress up now may have repercussions later, and if blockchain is involved, it could follow you forever. So, Zach, I'm going to pass this down to you. I know you've had a few forays in the metaverse lately. What were you wearing?
I have. I was wearing a very handsome, track jacket sort of thing. Sort of like a full suit, like track jacket thing with some kicks that I was able to procure that showed off a little bit of my own personal fashion. But I don't see this as being especially messy. I see this as being kind of cool. People can pick who they want to be, and the beauty of it is that in open metaverses, these are assets that you can hold, sell, do with it what you will, without it being confined and limited to a particular platform. I think that is the thing that is exciting about some of these open metaverse visions versus, spending $4,000 on a Gucci bag in Roblox and, spending your Robux, and then that's it. Doesn't go anywhere. Can't do anything with it. If you were to do that in one of these open metaverses, those are assets that are then transferable within the marketplaces that are native to those platforms, and also in, broader NFT marketplaces across this more decentralized internet. So I don't know. I think it's kind of cool if people want to express themselves in new and innovative ways. What does the New York Times gotta rain on their parade? I don't know. That's all I want to say. But yeah, how about you? How about you, Naomi? What's going on in metaverse fashion right now? There's certainly a lot of big brands jumping in the space.
Yeah.
We got Gucci. We got I think it was like Prada, Adidas is happening soon. So we've definitely been seeing a lot of headlines. It's sort of the moment. But yeah, what are your thoughts?
I mean, we're talking about this as this revolutionary thing, but like avatars have been a thing for forever. You literally go into a game and you choose your avatar, and that's an existing thing. And so now you have all these people reporting on it, like the metaverse is going to change everything about our identity. Like, okay, like have you ever played Overwatch? You could be like a floating blue person, or it's not really that revolutionary as far as I can see. And if you think that Prada is going to be selling its digital clothing for anything less than a premium, you got another thing coming. So this is not going to be taking down barriers to your entry to get into all this haute couture, clothing lines. The other thing is this idea that, in real life, we just can't be who we really want to be, but in the metaverse, we'll be able to. First of all, maybe just be who you want to be in real life, guys. Hot tip, like you got one life, so just be who you want to be. Obviously they're alluding to maybe you can change your proportions, or like you can probably do that in real life too. So like just go try the best of your ability, be who you want to be. But the other thing is, I think it's naive to think that the metaverse won't have all the same rules or regulations that we do, that we have in real life, right? So, maybe you'll have some decentralized fringe area where you'll be able to go in and like be part of a nudist colony, like get your equipment out and wander around. But obviously that's going to be shut down as soon as there's open access to like children being able to get in there. You think Facebook's metaverse is going to allow that? No, they're not going to allow that. So there are absolutely going to be these rules and regulations the same as we have in
You're on
normal
the cutting
society
edge of
about all of
thought for
this.
metaverse. You're really, really out there.
Well, I mean, it's just like that's like if we're thinking like beyond the horizon, they're talking about you could be a dragon. It's like people probably just want to go out and I have some nudist friends, and they actually petition all the time because they don't think that there should be those rules in society.
Your friends sound like the most interesting people. You have friends in every nook and cranny of society. Yeah,
Naomi brings a friend to work day. They just come on the show. They'll introduce themselves. You guys can like study them and analyze them. So I just think that thinking that these worlds that are controlled by Facebook are going to be so vastly different to the real life, which are controlled by Facebook, I just don't see it. But Jen, I'll throw it to you.
Yeah, I'll just go super quickly and pass it back up to Zach. I think you're right. And I think, Zach, you were right also. I think we're thinking about this just within the confines of what we know now. I think as the metaverse gets built out and becomes more user friendly, people are going to start making their own clothes. Like I don't, and there's going to be digital twins of the physical items you have in real life. So you'll have the clothes you have in real life in the metaverse, and then you can also just make your clothes. Like the barrier, like I now don't need to know how to sew to make my own clothes. And like those barriers are gone. And so I just think the future we're heading to is one that the brands that are playing in the mainstream right now aren't really imagining. And so I just don't think it's going to be that messy. I think it's going to be kind of cool. But Will or Zach, whoever wants to go next.
Why are you guys thinking that when we talk about the metaverse having no barriers, that instantly means that we take away clothing? Like that's what you guys have both kind of assumed here.
Why not?
Taking
Why
away
we need clothing?
We could,
why we need? I mean, this is for another deep dive
cool
hash segment. But
skin, yeah.
Will's like, get your mind out of the gutter, everybody.
Okay?
Oh.
What the human body is not for perverts either. It's not a thing that's inherently the nature of someone who's perverted.
Yeah.
It's literally the natural thing we're all born with. That's a very, very
there we go.
Drag his ass,
what's
Naomi.
the word?
Drag his
ass, Naomi.
There we go.
It comes from that
Naomi.
kind of Protestant heritage of American culture where it's very, very reserved and very, very, I think that's crazy. Like, do you take your clothes off when you have a shower, Will?
No.
He's a never nude. He's a never nude, like in Arrested Development. Shout out to my
always got those shorts on. Always got those shorts on.
Always got the jean cut off. Respect to all peoples, even the never nudes. Good stuff.